Hello, Steve White. Steve Arts 89. Well, there is a new Predator film coming out, and I cannot remember what it's called. But we got a preview. Oh my, the new Predator. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Now, honestly, I've been watching the Predator films my whole life, and I've always felt their heads were too big. I'm like, why do they have these big, giant turtle shell like heads on the back, things on the back of their heads with these giant dreadlocks and everything? They're just too big. They look comical sometimes. They manage to pull it off in the films, but when you see them on the set, their heads are just bulbous. And this one, they finally did like one with a normal size head, and the dreads are pulled back, and I'm like, oh, now I see why they didn't do that before. It just looks wrong, and the little beady eyes. I'm just like, it's the first time I've seen a predator look kind of dumb. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's a woke predator, it's a girl predator, it's a Karen predator, it's like a blue-haired Karen predator or something, because apparently the dreadlocks are blue or something. I didn't really notice that. But yeah, it just they need that shape to make the face look right. It's just they just should have kept the proportions and not mess with it, because it looks a bit off. Now, supposedly the character is a young predator and supposed to be a predator that actually collaborates with a human in some way, so they're actually not the bad guy. And there's this idea that, well, no, the predators are not just hunters. That's just part of their culture. We should be seeing other parts of their culture and see more of who they are. I'm like, no, they're just scary warrior like hunters. That's what they are. That's what the Predator movies are. We don't need to see, their home life, and that they have kids and they have to send their kids to school, or have to go to work, and they only like go hunting in the summer or something. We don't need to see all that. Now, I don't think they're going to go that far with this film, but apparently there's a little element of that where they've sort of strayed from the usual sort of predator role and persona or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm just sort of looking at it, and I need to have another look just to make sure I'm not missing anything in my criticism. Yeah, it's just the narrowness of the face and the beady eyes, and it just because part of it might be lighting, because when it roars it does look a bit better, and when the shadow gets in the eyes and that, but no. So everyone's trashing it because it looks a bit off, and then other people are getting into it because how dare they have, I don't know if it's a female predator or if it's just a young male, but people are basically saying they've like feminized the predator, and they've cucked the predator or whatever, all that usual crap, they're doing all that. So, but it does look a little bit off, and I'm like, does it look like that all the way through? Just because I keep wanting to call her, because I'm like, I think it's a boy, but like whatever it is, it needs to keep the mask on. They need to just take that off for like a scene here and there. Like, it needs to be like the big reveal. They can't be walking around like that the whole time. There has to be some sense of awe and horror when you see that face. It can't just be there all the time chatting to you. So if they're going to do that approach with the film, I can see this film not making money and not being a hit. Like Prey was a big hit, and people like, because it's apparently a sequel to Prey, and what I hear is that this Predator is going to help the girl and work with the girl from the first film, well, from Prey, this is like a sequel to that, is what I'm hearing. But I haven't really seen any of that be confirmed, so I'm not sure if that is the case. But yeah, New Predator looks a bit goofy. Not sure how I feel about it, because a lot of people carried on about Alien vs Predator when the the Predator was sort of working with the Black Lady to sort of defeat a common enemy, because of course they're not an idiot. They're not just gonna, they're not. If the prey can help you not become prey to something else, you're gonna if you're smart, you're gonna work with whatever is there. So I never had an issue with that in the film. A lot of people said, oh, it's all woke, and oh, they have to have a girl boss, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, fuck, shut up. But yeah, they got to be careful. You can only take that so far. You can't, once you demystify something like an alien or a predator, you can't really go back. It's very difficult to give them back that aura once it's gone. So they better be real careful, because Predator the films have been up and down. Now I think the critics are too harsh for the most part in films in general. I think critics think their job is to tear things apart for the entertainment of cynical people, as opposed to actually analysing things or celebrating things. So I don't think the Predator films are as bad as people say. I just watched them like a couple of weeks ago. And but yeah, that they need to be careful not to humanise the predators too much, because they're going to lose their scary. But I'm going to go for you to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the new Predator, and where they're going with the new Predator film, which I can't remember what it's called.